Don't think, just tweet. I'm going to give you guys some prompts, and all you got to do is let me know what your tweet would be. Are you ready? Luca, we're going to start with you.
Oh, God.
Actually, no. It changes around. Jesse, we're going to start with you. People who think the President's Trophy is a curse are...
Correct. The President's Trophy is the worst trophy to win in sports.
Yeah, because you already tweeted it.
That's my
You
tweet.
did
That is
literally
my
tweet
tweet.
that.
Yeah, I mean, there's such a big target on your back, and it's like, there's just such an added pressure. As soon as the playoffs start, it's like, oh no, everyone's coming for us. It's too much, and we see it year after year. Teams just blow it. It's the worst trophy.
By worst, you mean as well by it's like meaningless? Because I think we all agree it's meaningless.
Of course.
It's like no one ever really remembers or cares or celebrates that. Like you'll have the banner and most people are like, what? It's not bad to win it though. Or do you actually you think it's actually a disadvantage?
Man, like if I was going toe to toe, if the Jets were going toe to toe with another team to be the best team in the league and win that trophy,
You'd let them win it.
I actually hope we lose.
And that's
I'm serious.
But just superstition, effectively, is what you're saying.
Yeah, of course.
Like we've talked about this many times.
Yes,
that,
we
like
have.
there's no, it is not it's not statistically true that you're less likely to win. I went back and it was like the entire history of the President's Trophy, which is from like 85, 86. And they've won it 8 times, which is, if you break it down to like every position in the playoffs of like 1 through 16, they've won it the most.
The cup. They've won the exact.
What about the last 20 years? You've won it twice, I think.
Why are we limited in it like that? But also, that would be 3 times. And like if you go to 2000, they went 2001, 2002, 2008. And 2013,
Chicago, right?
Like it hasn't even been 10 years for this like curse to develop.
One thing on the 20 years as well, could that also just more indicate that it's just like, again, how even things are?
I was just
going to
gonna
the
say.
team at the top doesn't necessarily have the greatest advantage. Where in other sports, you're right. Like the NBA, if you're the best team, sorry, Bucks in this case, you're going to at least go very far in the playoffs or not win. In hockey, I guess it's just really even now.
I was just going to say that exact thing. Like, parity in hockey is so different from parity in any other sport where the star power matters. In NFL, you're getting first-round buys. Like, your first seed actually has an impact, whereas hockey, you see all these upsets year in and year out, and these top teams going down. It's not a surprise by any means because of how good every team is.
The format changed too. Now
yeah.
it doesn't help. In fact, because of the
I
division.
also let me rephrase
Sure.
my tweet. The President's Trophy is meaningless.
That's
in
fair.
my opinion.
I wish it
Which I
was,
don't-
because
yeah.
I actually do think, like, even I know Boston fans are probably gonna be like not care about this at all, but I still think that should be something you should be proud of.
They won't
Like,
care about the
yeah.
trophy, but they'll care about the regular season record to some degree.
They've won 1 Stanley Cup. They've made it to 2 other Cup finals and lost, but you would think that they'd have another one to their name in this Bergeron
Like
Marchand
they should have been
era.
a dynasty
Yeah.
realistically, and they
just
have
haven't.
underachieved realistically. But it's like you go to 2 Game 7s in a Stanley Cup
Yeah,
final.
exactly.
Like,
It's like, and the way they lost those Game 7, like
Devastating,
the
yeah.
devastating losses.
Well, Corwin, you're up with the next tweet prompt. If I had to choose one remaining goalie to be my ride or die for the rest of the playoffs, it would be...
we're recording this when the Rangers are still in the playoffs, and Shesterkin is the best goalie in the league. Like I still would say that. I'd tweet, "Wow, I can't believe the New York Rangers lost Game 7 with the best goalie in the playoffs right now."
Luca, here's yours.
That's really good.
I didn't think about that one. No. Yeah?
When you think biggest choke job in sports history, the Boston Bruins are...
Oh, man. Putting me on the spot. Like, no. Sports history is nuts. There's no way.
It's got to be. I'd go.
I'd go Warriors up 3-1. That's the biggest choke job of my lifetime that I've ever seen.
Falcons blowing a 28-3 lead.
That one's pretty
That
bad.
one's pretty
Nah,
bad,
pretty
too. I will say, though, like, the one-game things are so random sometimes that anything can happen. Honestly, them blowing a 3-0 lead against Philly in that first round all those years back and becoming the first
reverse
team
swept.
to get reverse swept in a long time. Like, that one's bigger than this one, maybe.
I guess the context is just that, like, the Bruins
They
were
had this
historic.
all-time season.
They're the historically, like, they were the best team.
But it's
it
like
doesn't
so
matter.
so much of that too was that their goalie was like the best goalie in the league this year, and then he wasn't in the first round. Like that's
Yeah,
the
because
way she
Omar
goes.
and what playoff experience does Omar have? It just like goes to show like
Weren't the Warriors
being
the
there is
best?
a big thing.
Didn't they break the Bulls record that year for wins in
Yes,
the season?
they
They
did.
blew the 3-1 lead. That one is definitely the biggest choke job in all
I
sports.
agree.
The Patriots also. I mean, if you want to still talk Boston when they won all their games and then they lost the finals. It's not a choke,
Oh yeah,
but I mean,
yeah,
like
but
the
going,
19-0,
yeah,
like
going
David
the undefeated
Tyree.
route, and that
The helmet.
not a choke job, but yeah, I get that one too.
I guess we can all agree that it's mainly Boston teams that choke the most.